Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Lee Wiebe, and I'm very happy to be speaking to you about my work and the show Attending the Apocalypse at the UNB Arts Center, which has just arrived yesterday by truck and is now actually installed in the east and west wing of the Arts Center after having been postponed by the pandemic. I titled my work Scratchcards for the Apocalypse in 2018, not meaning to be prophetic at all with the title, but I was thinking in terms of the sort of the physical aspects of the work that involved text and gold leaf. And so the concept really was about a scratch card. I started the project in 2018 with the mission to look ahead to the election of 2020 in the United States with an eye towards the volume of tweets that the current president of the United States was making, and how the social media platform of Twitter was allowing him a huge reach, international reach, with these tweets. And being away from North America at the time gave me sort of a bit of just physical distance, and the sort of the thought of that reach, that connection through social media that he was afforded was the idea behind starting the Scratchcards for the Apocalypse series. So these are 6 panels. They're 8 feet tall by 5 feet wide. They're divided into the proportions of the golden section. The way that I defined the project was to select a tweet from 2015 through to 2020 from the Twitter archives of the US president. And I gave myself that time frame because I wanted to capture something about the sort of the competition for the election of 2016 through his presidency, and then also the election of 2020 upcoming November 3rd in the United States. And at the time I didn't know whether he might be impeached or he might get a second term. And as it turns out, he actually is impeached, and he also may get a second term. We don't know. So the way I defined the project was to select a tweet from each year, 2015 through 2020, that I felt captured something about the state of the United States and the way that the US president was sort of representing himself and his presidency with social media. So at one point, at the end of this process, I actually decided that I would never be able to select a tweet from 2020 because we were leading up to this election. Then the pandemic struck, and I was going to leave one canvas blank, actually. The 2020 was going to be blank. But the tweet that sort of defined the sort of his Donald Trump's 2020 statement on the coronavirus became very obvious to me, so I went ahead and captured that. And he yesterday probably tweeted 300 times while the Republican conference is taking place, but I've winnowed down each year to try to select a tweet that captures something about. The one behind me, for example, is about protests in the United States, peaceful protests. The one to the other side of me is about climate change. We have one on the coronavirus being very much under control. So I was trying to kind of select topics that captured something about the last 4 years in office, and sort of past, present, and future.